Hi everyone, today I will be showing you how I turn these nails into an ombre baby bloom pink and white acrylic set. First, I will be pushing back my cuticles with my straight cuticle pusher. It looks like I'm being really rough, but honestly I'm not. It's just the frame has speed up just because I take a while doing my cuticles. I have really dry, bad cuticles, so I have to make sure that I clean them really good before I apply my acrylic or I will get lifting. So I just push back and clean off as much as I can. I will now use this cuticle bit to clean off the dead cuticle on my nail plate. It is really nice. It does not cut the skin. As I will show you, it really doesn't do much to your skin. It just cleans off anything on your nail plate. You do not have to be rough with this bit. You just have to make sure you lift the bit every time you use it, whether you're stroking it left or right. You have to make sure you lift it because you do not want to dig onto your nail. It is a file technically, so you will be filing down if you put pressure and if you do it incorrectly. So I do believe that using electric file on your natural nails is fine, at least for me it is, simply because I have had experience with it. I know how to use it. So I think that it's something good to teach people and it's something good to practice on yourself before you do it on clients. It will save you time and it works great as long as you properly know how to use it. This nail bit is great for hangnails or any dry skin on your nail plate around the cuticle and on the side walls is really great. Now I'll be dusting off any powder from all my nails after I've done this to all my nails. And I will be using my ceramic safety bit. It is a medium nail bit, and like I said, it does not cut into your skin. The only way you can cut your skin with most nail bits, or at least this one, is if you apply extreme pressure and you go directly onto the cuticle at a high speed. So I always make sure my speed is manageable. So I do a lower to medium speed just because that's what I like to work with. You can go up higher, which means you'll take off more product faster, but you have to be a lot safer to make sure you do not cut a client's skin. Every person is different, so their skin might be more sensitive and easier to cut. Another thing you can notice is the way I use my pinky right now. I am supporting my hand with my pinky, whether it's filing, nipping, or putting the acrylic on the client's nails. I'm always supporting my hand so that my hand does not shake. So if your hand shakes a lot when you do nails, you have to make sure you support it and find a way that's comfortable for you to be able to be as steady as possible. I just grabbed a 180 grit file to make sure that I file as crisp as possible before I do the acrylic application because I like it to be more sharp. Less filing for me later, it just makes it easier for myself, so just making sure I clean off as much as I can. Now I am using my duo nipper. One side is half jaw, the other side is 1/4 jaw. I love this. I got this from the beauty show in Chicago and it works amazing. I think it's easier and faster because you can switch from one side to the other depending on the needs that you need. But right now I am just nipping any lifting. So if you do not nip the lifting from the old acrylic that has been on there, you will cause either air bubbles on the nails and then water will get in there and you'll have water damage in your nails, or you can cause lifting with your new set of acrylics. So you want to prevent this and you want to make sure you remove as much as you possibly can before applying the acrylic on there. I am now using OPI Band-Aid Dehydrator. This will dehydrate the nail, cleanse it from any particles, and just make sure to take off all the natural oils on your nail. You can also use alcohol if you do not want to use this dehydrator. I will not use Protein Bond by Young Nails. This is their primer. I apply 2 coats of this to all the nails. And if you do not have a primer on your nails when you apply acrylic, the acrylic will not stay. You will get lifting or they will pop off. Always make sure you put primer on your nails. The white I will be using is a white acrylic that I made with a little bit of shimmer in it. And I will be using a size 12 Kolinsky brush from premiernailsource.com. The link will be down below. So the biggest number one mistake I think that I made personally when I try to recreate baby bloomed ombre nails is the white. I did not know that the white that you use for these nails is not a true white. It is an off-white. You have to make sure that if you buy a white for this type of nail, that it has to be an off-white. If you want to make your own, just like I did, it's simple. All you need is clear acrylic and white acrylic. So let's say you put a tablespoon of white. You would mix in 2 to 3 tablespoons of clear. So for every one of white you put 2 to 3 of clear. By testing it, you will know. So you can be tablespoons, it could be a cup, it could be any ounces, 2, 4, 6, as much ounces as you want, but just make sure you double or triple the amount for the clear. It has to be an off-white. And you can always add glitter if you choose. This will make a difference for your blending. For those of you that cannot get that blending in the nails, this is why. It is because of the white you're using, and it is because of the pink you're using. I will not be using the Mia Secrets Cover Pink acrylic. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, and I love that. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but the monomer I'm using is Young Nails monomer. I really like this monomer on top of, I would say, C&D Retention Plus. Those are my top 2 favorites. So the reason why I love this pink is because I feel that the blending is so pretty with this. It's so simple. It's not chalky. It's not thick. It's very pigmented. So it covers on top of the white. So the blending comes out really nice, but it doesn't overpower the white. And it's light enough to look more on the neutral side, so it like has all the varieties put together, and I really like it, especially with this white with the glitter. It's just pink with glitter, white with glitter. You can tell I love glitter. But you can make your white without glitter, and they do sell just a basic pink without glitter as well. So when you do try to do the ombre nails, do not put yourself down because it's not coming out the way that these videos show. It's honestly not always you. It can be the products you're using, the colors you're using, the pigmentation, the brush, the acrylic powder, the acrylic liquid. It can be a variety of things. So do not put yourself down. Keep trying, and that's how you'll figure it out. So when I put the pink, I always focus on the cuticle first. I want to make sure the cuticle is the way it should be. And that's a big mistake that a lot of people make that I've seen, that I know I personally made. I try to focus on the blending first. I was so into the blending, making sure that the ombre was there, making sure that it was as noticeable as possible. And I did not focus on everything else. So when you do the cuticle first, you're able to little by little drag down that pink and make that blending even better. So I do 1 bead around the cuticle, the second bead for the structure or for the apex, and then the third bead finally will be for the blending of the nail. After it is fully dry, I go into filing, and I just make sure I take it in, file the sidewalls, file the free edge, any imperfections on the top. You do not need to file with the hand file before you use the electric file. If you go into the electric file, that is totally fine. I just, I'm like this. I have to file beforehand and afterhand. I know it's an extra step, but I just like to, when I file the top of it with the nail bit, to be able to have clean sidewalls and free edge. So that's just me personally, but you don't have to take this extra step to do this. And now there are people that encapsulate their nails after doing the ombre. You definitely can do that. I did my own nails. I don't feel it's necessary for me to take that extra step because I do change my nails often. Now that I am back into doing nails, and it's been actually 7 months since I have not done my own nails or a client's nails, it feels great, and I just want to keep changing my nails, so I don't need that clear coat on top. And plus, the products I'm using, the pink and the white, do not file off the color when I use the nail bits. There are some colors that need that clear top coat, or some glitters that need it, because the glitter or the color will start filing off with the nail bits or the file. So that is why they're encapsulated most of the time. But these colors don't need that. So I just file it down to where I want it, and I would do the top coat. I wouldn't need to do that. But there are some clients I do that too, because I know they're rough with their hands and they're always breaking their nails or getting the lift or damaging them. So I make sure I put the clear acrylic on top. But if you do the clear acrylic, have to work very thin, or else you're gonna end up with the thick acrylic ombre nail. So always work in thin layers. Now that I have filed and cleaned off my nails, I will be using this beautiful wax pencil. I am obsessed with it. I got it from AliExpress. The link will be down below. It just picks up most of my crystals. The bigger ones, of course, I always use something different. The best way to apply crystals, in my own opinion, is in a rough surface. So I always file on top of the nail and then apply the glue, then put the crystals. It just adheres better. Whenever you put a crystal on top of a glossy nail, on top of anything that's shiny or glossy, it will not hold. It will not stay. It would slide off. So you have to make sure that you file the top or buff it before you apply the crystals. It just, I've tried so many ways. I've tried on top of top coats. I've tried on top of a rough nail. I tried on top of no chips and regular polish. And the best adhesion has been on top of a rough nail before applying the top coat. I am using one of my favorite top coats, BMC Bundle Monster Company. I love their top coats and their base coats, and I'll be using the stand I got from AliExpress. It's just to hold your fingers to make it easier to polish or work on art. I love this. I use it all the time when I do my own nails. It's easier to hold my fingers and polish. Now, as you can see, when I grab the top coat, I do not put the top coat on top of my crystals. You do not want to do that. When you put top coat on top of your Swarovski crystals, you will lose that shine from your crystals, okay? So when you put the top coat, you make sure you have a little bit extra and push it into your crystals. As you can see, even that doesn't matter how you put your crystals. As long as there's top coat in there, it would adhere and last until your next fill in. So you want to make sure that you can get in as much as you can. If you cannot get in between certain crystals, depending on how you lay them out in your nail, always use a detail brush, a really thin either makeup brush or art brush. Grab some of your top coat from your brush and apply it behind the crystal, around the crystal, even around the cuticle. You can apply it just to adhere it. You do not want your crystals to get overflown by a top coat. The whole point is for them to look like they're floating on top, but last forever until you have to nip them off. So this is how my nails ended up turning out after I cure them. I am now applying cuticle oil onto my nails. You want to apply it a little bit above the cuticles because that is the matrix. That is where your nail plate is being formed and created. So that's where you want to feed it and to massage it and underneath the nails. This is my final look. I really hope you guys like it. It has been 7 months since I did nails. This feels amazing. I am excited to do more videos. So comment below anything you would like to see. Subscribe to my channel to see more things. You can also click on the little bell next to the subscription to see an alert anytime I post videos. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching.